Good morning, T-Birds. I'm Brendyn.
And I'm Errolynn. Thanks for joining us.
Now here's your T-Bird news.
Good news, guys. Homecoming photos are available for pickup in the main office during lunch and after school. The persons whose names is on the order form will be able to pick them up.
Seniors, the Career Center will be hosting Financial Aid Night tomorrow night from 5 to 7 p.m. Come enjoy breakfast for dinner and get help completing our financial aid application. If you're a college-bound scholar, remember this is the only way to access that scholarship.
Did you know that Tacoma is selecting a new mayor?
Many of you probably don't even know that our current mayor, Mayor Strickland, attended Mount Tahoma.
We got a chance to meet with the mayor and ask her some questions after being in office for 8 years.
We hope you enjoy.
Thank you so much for coming here to be able to interview with us.
Thank you, Amanda. It's very nice to be here today.
Well, how does it feel to be the first Asian American and the second woman that is elected to be Tacoma's mayor?
Yeah, it feels great for a couple of reasons. It's always great to be a first, but at the same time, you don't want to be the last. And so it's my hope that more women will run for office and more people of color will run for office as well.
Do you think it's important to have women in such high positions?
I think it's important for women to be in leadership everywhere, whether that's in education, in business, in politics, in anything that we want to do. And I think it's incredibly important because young women need to see women in positions of leadership. If more women were involved in decisions, I think that we'd have a better country.
What did you wish to change about Tacoma that you haven't done yet?
I would say the first one is to address the homelessness situation. There are homeless people in every city in America, and we know that as the price of housing goes up and people have a hard time getting access to mental health services or even affordable housing, we're going to see more homeless people. And so what I wish more than anything else is that throughout the entire Pierce County area, we would build more domestic violence shelters for people fleeing domestic violence. I wish that we would invest more in mental health services, and I wish that we would have the ability to put more shelters in more cities throughout the entire county so that people who need help can get it.
Can you tell us what it's like during Election Day?
A lot of people have donated their money, they have donated their time as volunteers, and you don't want to let them down. And so that's probably the hardest part about election night. But at the same time, it's a lot of fun as well. And I tell people that winning is important in whatever you do, but sometimes failure can be the best lesson that you take. And the question is, what do you do after you fail, and how do you learn from that?
What's your favorite thing about Mount Tahoma?
The mascot, the Thunderbirds. It has a Native American history and culture, but it also is a really proud symbol of who we are. And to this day, I still remember the school song, verse by verse.
What TV shows do you watch?
I watch stuff on HBO and Showtime, so I watch Netflix, Stranger Things.
Oh wow, did you watch season 2?
I'm at the part now where so I watch Stranger Things, I watch Insecure, I watch Homeland, I watch what else? Billions. So yeah.
Have you ever met anybody famous?
Yeah, so when I became mayor of Tacoma, my job was primarily to perform the duties of being mayor. But one of the benefits of being mayor is that you have an opportunity to interact with a lot of different people. So I met other mayors around the country. And when Barack Obama was president, he would invite us to the White House every single year. So I've met President Barack Obama about 4 or 5 times.
That's cool.
It's really cool.
Did you ever have a conversation, like one-on-one with him?
I did, very briefly. So in 2012, he came to Seattle to campaign for Senator Patty Murray. And I remember getting a call from Patty Murray's office, and she said, do you want to meet President Obama tonight? Because he's going to land at Boeing Field, and we're going to have a group of people welcoming him when he gets off of Air Force One. And so I'm standing there waiting for Air Force One to land. The stairs come down, the soldier gets down, he does a salute, and then the president comes down the stairs. And so I got to shake his hand, and he asked me, he goes, how long have you been mayor? And I said, oh, this is my 2nd year. And he says, well, I'd vote for you. I said, thank you, Mr. President. I voted for you. So that was my exchange with Barack Obama. And there's a picture I have in my office, and I look like a starstruck 16-year-old.
Is that how you feel with the current president?
No.
What would your reaction be if he had invited you to the White House?
So I did receive an invitation to the inauguration, and I politely declined.
Do you have any advice you'd like to tell Tahoma students?
Number one, choose your friends carefully. And that's not a comment about leaving people behind or being disrespectful of people you've known for a long time, but you have to think about the people who are going to be surrounding you, because you want people who are positive, who lift you up. And someone who drags you down and talks trash about you is not your friend. And the second thing I would say is, if you come from a family where English is not your first language at home, treasure that, keep it, and learn it. Because being able to speak 2 languages fluently is going to open so many doors for you in this world when you're adults, whether you're looking for a job or opportunities. And then the third thing I would say is, be true to yourself. And I think especially when you're young, there's a lot of pressure to conform, to be someone, or to try and impress other people. And just be yourself. That's the best way to exist in this world. And the people who deserve to be your friends will gravitate toward you. And those who don't need to be in your life anyway.
Well, that does it for today's broadcast. Thanks so much to Mayor Strickland for taking the time to meet with us, and good luck to the mayoral candidates in the election.
Thanks for tuning in to T-Bird News, guys. Have a good day.
And that concludes our show for today. Have a great day. Go T-Birds. Oh my God, what is that?
It's a
Oh my goodness, that's so cute.
Yeah.